It's still thinking about it. Hey, there we are. It says we're live. Oh, I don't know what's going on with that. I'm sorry. Hey, everybody. It's Matt, and we're in my garage anymore. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. But I'm going to go ahead and focus on that. Like, I'm just going to pretend like everybody can hear and see what's going on. And there we go. Brad is there. Hey, Brad, how you doing, man? I am just sure I don't know. So, hey, everybody, this is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast, and there's so much stuff going on. Our live podcast is going to be a little bit goofy today, and unfortunately, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There's a little, well, actually, no, not right now. There's not a little delay. So yeah, so maybe it's all working out. I am very sorry. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a bummer. I know. Well, like I say, why would you stop after however many years that I've been so in love with you? Yeah, let us know if you can hear Mrs. Toast just fine. So there's quite a few people who are just joining us. The Dirty Knobs, Nicholas. It looks like he's having trouble. No, we're not using dial-up. But there's something that says that our connection was unstable. We were using dial-up. Mrs. Texas Toast is unstable, and she's ready to blow up in y'all's face. So anyway, so do you have anything that's super cool and exciting that you want to talk about today, love? Okay, so Mrs. Texas Toast is going to get some beers, and when I say beers, I don't mean one for me and one for her, because that's that shit works. So hey everybody, thanks for joining us on our weekly podcast. One of the things that is a little different today, of course, Chris is not here with me today because he is over at the new shop with the electrician, and they're running our power for some of the big tools. So I'm going to, you know what I could do? I could actually show you guys what the old shop looks like. We'll do that in a little bit, but let me tell you a little bit about what's going on with the new shop. So since the last time that we talked on the podcast, I was like, well, we're looking for a space. And the following Tuesday, I signed a lease for our new space. So Dale Gray says that he can't hear you, babe. Okay, that's a great idea. Let's try that. Ooh, now we're clipping. Okay, good. Okay. So try saying something else. Let's see how that works. Okay, I let's try that. Let's go with that. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell y'all. So sorry everybody if it looks like shite. You know, we're in America. We say shit here. So anyway, but you know what? Does anyone really give a crap how it looks right this second? We're in a transitional phase, everybody. You guys know that. So let's talk a little bit about the shop, or do you want to talk about how shitty the internet connection is here? Whatever you guys want to talk about, we can do. Well, okay. I don't know what to tell you then. There you go. So in the meantime, while Mrs. Texas Toast sorts out her microphone, and that thing was turned way up, and so anyway, so let me tell you guys a little bit about what's been going on in the new shop. So we've started to move. Well, actually, so we found a pretty decent spot. It's only about 2 miles away from my previous shop. Okay, are you on Chris's microphone now? Okay, but you're still talking into the top. No, you can't hear. I can't. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you, but so we might not be able to hear Mrs. Texas Toast on this deal, guys. So there you go. How about that? You're all the way up now. So anyway, so guys, we found a new. I'm all over the fucking place here. So are we? Can we get past the whole technical difficulty bullshit thing? Is this a thing? Are we done? Okay. I don't know what it is that I can see stuff here, so. Okay, everyone. I'm just going to turn your mic down unless you want to. If you can't see anything and you don't want to be on the camera, then I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I can hear you fine, but I don't know what everybody else can hear and not hear. So, all right. So now let's take okay. Well, we can't have a bunch of dead air where people tell us what they can and can't hear. I'm gonna get back to the fucking story at hand, which is that we got a brand new shop space and we spent the last 6 days cleaning and painting and fixing those little shitty things that always happen when you rent a new space. And yesterday we moved all of the tools that we had power secured for over to the new space. And we've got an electrician over there right now running a bunch of new 220 lines for my beloved pin router and the shaper and all the other tools. There's like half a dozen things that we have that don't operate on 110. So yeah, so that's kind of where we are with all that stuff. And I think that we should be up and running, full steam ahead, probably in a week or two. We won't notice a whole lot of anything different. Let's see. So we need to get the new mailing address out. Yeah, so that'll be on the website. Actually, guys, we've been updating the website a lot. So stay tuned to that and see if are you leaving? Okay. So guys, the new website, we've been updating the website for a while, and so watch for the website to be different and include a bunch of changes and shit like that. So there's a bunch of new things that we're going to be doing at the new shop. So one of them is we're going to have a lot of classes. We're going to start doing repair again, which is something I didn't want to do, but sometimes you have to do the stuff that you don't want to do. So we're going to be doing repair. We're going to be doing classes, but best of all, we're going to be offering shop rental space to guys who want to come in and work out of our space. So that's a really cool thing. If you have any questions about what some of the features that we're going to have at the new space, send me an email. And if you actually, I've been doing a bunch of email marketing. So if you've ever sent me an email to the website address or use the contact us thing, then you're on the email list. You're automatically added to the email list. So looks like we had a couple questions here. Zombie Killer, Matt, how do you make the truss rod neck adjustment hole for a Strat or Telecaster? I do it from the ass end of the neck, so on the heel end of the neck. There's a lot of good ways to do that, and the heel is probably the least cool way to do that, but it's definitely the easiest way to do it, and it's kind of a vintage thing. I think people dig it. We do not use the standard Fender truss rod on Fender necks. We use the double expanding rod. So, so that's a way to go. And it's certainly one of the easier ways to do that. If you want to go through the headstock, you're going to have to, I think there's probably a lot of good information online about how to do that. And it's going to depend on which truss rod you use. Is that good enough? I hope so. Let's see. You want to check your mic one more time? Okay. Okay. Well, there you go, everybody. Can you see anything on the screen at all? It's okay. All right. Well, so anyway, guys, that's what for some reason or another, it shows up pretty decent on the screen that I'm watching, but on the screen that Mrs. Texas Toast is watching, it's not so great. So, okay, let's see. The new website rules: more pictures, less words. I hear you. So there's a lot of people who are glad that we're moving, Miss Thing. Did you know that?
Yes.
Good God. What? All right. I think we're going to need to get a new person to do this. So it doesn't yell and scream at me.
They can't hear me.
Well, I don't know what to tell everybody. I'm going to assume it's operator error because my microphone works. You want to use my microphone? Well, I'll use one of these other microphones then, because I bet you I can get it to work. What do you want to do? The headphones are going to work no matter what. They're not corresponding to the microphone. What do you want to do? I'm not sure what you're doing. Now everybody can hear you when you talk into that portion of the mic. Here, come over here and sit over here and. Good. God almighty.
Some bullshit right here.
Oh, so many things. Guys, sorry about all the technical bullshit that we've got going on. It's not only are we moving shops, and not only do we have a bunch of just my microphone here, not only do we have shop moving and shit like that, but we also have everything here in the previous shop is kind of all over the place. So. Okay.
Hello, can you hear us both now?
I'm not sure they can, but let's try it. So this was the microphone that Mrs. Texas was on last, and now she's on my microphone. So looks like we're getting a call. I'm not sure if we're going to have, you want to check out and see who that is?
They can't hear you now.
They can't hear me now. Okay. It's funny because I can hear everything. All right, let's try this other microphone.
So it's not me.
Fine, it's not you. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Well, this is sucky. Okay, it seems that like everything is fucked up, guys. So I think the podcast is basically a wash today. I'm pissed off. So why don't we try this again next week? Same bat time, same bat channel, and yeah.
No, don't stop.
Well,
You talk. Talk about the new shop.
I've been talking about the new shop. Okay, I don't know who can hear what or what people can and can't hear, but smoke some weed. You know, I am not the world's greatest weed smoker. In fact, I might be the world's worst weed smoker, and I haven't done that stuff for, I bet you I can count on one hand the number of times that I've actually smoked weed. So anyway, how big is the new shop? It's just under 1,500 square feet. And it's about 3 times bigger than my home shop was. So that's a super cool thing. We really enjoy having all that new space, and there's going to be a lot of good stuff going on there. We've talked about having some guest instructors come out. We've talked to Mike Learn and Brian Nutter about coming out and doing some classes. If there's anybody else that you guys would like to have me bring out to the new shop for guest lectures or, guest instruction, we can work on that too. I'm going to see if I can get my old instructor from Roberto Venn maybe to come out and see if it would be cool. I think if John Reuter came out and did that. I don't know what his schedule looks like, but he may or may not be able to do that. So, you never know until you try. So, see, we're getting another call here. This is not working out, everybody. The whole call in thing is not happening. Has our first class sold out yet? No, it has not, but space is limited on the new class. So that's what's wrong with you. I don't know what that means. That's probably a weed thing.
I'm sure it's a weed thing.
I'm sure it is a weed thing. Yeah. Okay. Andrew St. Pierre is tuned in. So we've got about 50 people checking it out. Lemmy would be cool, but yeah, I'm not sure what he would be able to teach you about guitar building or guitar repair or guitar setup, even when he was alive, but good on you. I don't know what to say to that. Are you getting any new equipment for the shop? Robert wants to know. So I am hemorrhaging money right now. So we probably will not be getting a whole lot of new cool equipment at the new shop right away. If things work out like I think they will, then maybe we'll see some new gear. Maybe we'll even get a new beloved pin router. So we'll have 2 beloved pin routers. That'd be cool. Ooh, right? Let's see. Steve at Maximum. Oh, you know what? That's a great thing. Last week we talked about how I was going to reach out to Steve at Maximum Guitars, and I did. Before we go any further, Zombie Killer wants to know, where in Texas are you? I'm in Colorado, so north Texas. Steve at Maximum Guitars. I talked with Steve.
This actually used to be Texas.
Colorado used to be Texas back in the old days. So I'm in north Texas. So anyway, I talked with Steve at Maximum Guitars, And as it turns out, he was he was doing some stuff for his, he's a reserve helicopter pilot instructor in the Army, and he was in Alabama for 6 weeks. And what he had done, which is what I kind of figured that he was going to do, was he took a lot of he took all of his videos down because he wanted to be able to get back to people who asked questions on his videos. And he's got that kind of personality where he wants to reach out with people and catch up with them. So if he would have been unable to get back to you or not answer your questions, that would have really bummed him out. And so what he did was he just took all that stuff down because he knew he wasn't going to be able to get back in touch with people. But it sounds like he is going to be teaching the class at Red Rocks Community College again next year. And so maybe we'll be able to do some more stuff with Steve in the future. And that would be cool because I like Steve a lot. He's a cool guy. So hope that answers people's questions about what's going on with Maximum Guitars. Fat Blunt, you'd be so chill. I would be so paranoid, dude. That would not work for me.
Really bad.
Yeah, it's all right. That's right. Mrs. Texas Toast is absolutely right. Colorado weed is a whole nother kettle of fish. It's not like it's bionic. And again, I'm not good at it anyway. So if you give me anything super strong, I just freak out and I'm real paranoid about it. So let's see. Windsor, Colorado. I'm looking at moving to if I can nail down a job. Windsor is north of Fort Collins. Is that right? I think so. Or like right, just like a few miles north of Fort Collins, I think. Video is pixelating. Yeah, man. Sorry about that. It's some weird connection thing that we got going on. And sometimes it's anyway.
Same old Wi-Fi.
Same old Wi-Fi shit. Yeah. So. Yeah. I don't know. I still don't know what the whole deal was with like why we're going to take Google Hangouts away. But anyway, who's the best to use for Headstock Waterslide logos? I do not know. We do not use Waterslide logos, so I don't have a good thing for you there. Although we used to make our own Waterslide decals. We buy this paper stuff and print them out on a laser printer. And that actually worked the best. You have to spray like a lacquer or some sort of a sealer to lock down the ink before you could, because if you put them in water, it would just, leach off of there. So amazing people think everyone here in Colorado smokes pot. Why? Yeah. Joseph, I think that after marijuana was legalized in Colorado, the exact same number of people who smoked marijuana the very next day. So, let's see. You have to add Bridgeport and South Bend to the. Yeah, I would love to have a Bridgeport mill. I don't know what I would do with it. Actually, we even have 3-phase power at the new shop, which is something that was. Well, I'm not gonna say it was sorely lacking at my home shop, but it was something that we didn't have. So we can get 3-phase power now. So yeah. Let's see. Yes, ma'am.
Speaking of weed in Colorado.
Carrie Ann has a thing about speaking of weed. You want to take the mic for a second?
No, I think
Okay.
you can hear me here.
Okay, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so
Let's talk a little bit about Texas Toast Days. That's right. You want me to talk about that?
And
The possibility of our friend. That's right. Okay.
do her limo tour.
Okay. Let's go. Okay. So Mrs. Texas Toast, even though she doesn't have a microphone that's operational for whatever reason now, one of the things that's coming up is it's something that we do every year. That's a great segue too, love, by the way, because I would have forgotten to talk to people about this. One of the things that we do every day is something called Texas Toast Days, and it's kind of a big annual party that we have. That's right. Every year, not every day. And this year it's going to be at the new shop. So it's going to be a kind of exciting thing. It's usually in September and it's going to be in September again. But this year it's going to be Texas Toast Days and our grand opening of the new shop. So we're going to have people come over and check out the new space. We're going to have all sorts of cool stuff. We're going to do Stump the Lousy Guitar Player. We're going to, all kinds of fun stuff like that. And I'll tell you guys more about that. But this year, Texas Toast Days is Friday, the 13th of September. And that's when the big kickoff party is. And we're going to have stuff on Saturday and Sunday too, open shop hours that you guys can come and do cool stuff like that. Let's see. Go to Canada. You are okay. So, hey, Flipside Music is there. Paul is here. John, Nicholas. We already talked to Nicholas. Barefoot Mode. So one of the things that we want to try and do is because everybody does think that Colorado is like, that everybody smokes weed here. So if you guys want to have, let me lay this on, let me bounce this off you. Mrs. Texas Toast came up with, I think it was a great idea. And we would have a class or something. And at the culmination of the class, after the class is all said and done, we have a friend who does like what weed tour kind of a thing. A limo ride to dispensaries and grow. Yeah. So wouldn't it be cool to incorporate that into your Texas Toast experience? A weed a weed tour of Colorado in a limo. And if you are into weed, that's cool and go crazy. And if not, you can hang out and you can drink Coors Light and Dos Equis and Shinerbach with me and Chris. So anyway, Colorado is the new Jamaica. That's funny. The states here and the states hate us for it. If you've invested in a shop that sells, you're banned from this. I don't know what that means. I'm reading really fast here. I think, you know what, Carl? I think Kevin smokes weed. I don't know who Kevin is, but if it's the guy that I think you're talking about, he probably should even more than me. I wish he would too. So let's see. So yeah, what else do you guys want to talk about? We can talk more about the new shop. We can talk about one of the things that's gonna, we've got to get new Wi-Fi at the shop. I don't think we can do it from here anymore.
Well, I don't know what the problem.
I'm not sure either.
It was fine on Google Hangouts.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Google Hangouts thing, or the lack of Google Hangouts, seems to be what's dicking us up, right?
I think during this whole week,
Mm-hmm.
we should take some time
Yeah.
in the evening to practice this shit.
I think that's a good idea.
So there'll be work out the bugs. And remember when we first
So,
started?
Mrs.
If you remember when we first started.
Yeah, I remember.
We had a lot of bugs and we worked.
Sure.
And then as soon as we got our shit down, the fucking phone said we couldn't use it anymore.
Yeah.
And so we just need to do some run-throughs and work out.
I think that's a great idea. If for those of you who can hear Mrs. Texas Toast, what she was saying was that what we'll probably do this week is, in addition to all the shit that has to happen at the new shop, is we'll try and figure out what's going on with the whole live chat thing, because we really want this to be a cool thing, and I hope that you guys dig it, and I know I dig it. So let's see. I'll take beer over the dead. Totally, Eric. I hear you, man. This dude gets so mad because of what we are talking about. I don't know what that means, but it's probably me. And Ron, you're right. Don't bring up Kevin, because I'm done giving any more airplay to that fucking guy.
I don't want to breathe anymore.
Yeah. There's nothing. He doesn't really offer a whole lot of anything. Let's see. YouTube is messing with everything. You got that right. Flip side. Did you go back to dial-up? No, we did not go back to dial-up. This is what we got, man. So,
Oh, I know what the problem is.
Carrie Ann thinks she knows what the problem is.
Chrome and not Firefox. That's where it is.
So we're on Chrome instead of Firefox. Although it looks like it's Firefox up on that. Well, anyway. So you guys, we're just going to endeavor to.
I'm on Chrome.
You're on Chrome, not Firefox. Okay. We're going to endeavor to persevere through this through this podcast. I understand if you guys want to, go watch TV or something else. So yeah. Let's see, different wiring mods. What's your experience with that? Treble bleed. So, treble bleeds, especially that cool Fender circuit, work great. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. They're easy to hook up and go. I think you can just buy a treble bleed, like a thing ready to go from StewMac, and just plug it in. And if you are cool with using StewMac, and I'm sure there's lots of other places that have that too. I just think StewMac has one as well.
I know what the problem is.
Well, Carrie, what's the problem?
Firefox got in bed with YouTube
Uh-huh.
and said, Google, you're fucking out.
Could be.
And now I'm on Firefox,
Uh-huh.
and everything's fucking crystal.
Okay, so we're suspecting that this is a Firefox issue, that if you log into, or if you have a Firefox internet server, browser, you can see this great. If not, using different browsers is totally different for everything, guys. So you got to know that.
Yeah, I think YouTube got pissed off with Google.
Okay.
And then got in bed with Firefox.
Hard. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I'm looking at it now on Firefox,
So Mrs. Texas Toast says that she's looking at Firefox right now, or she's using Firefox as a browser, and it's coming through loud and clear. So anyway, let's see. FUD. What's happening with the old shop? Are you using it for cars and storage? Actually, I'm going to turn the old shop into a BattleBots arena. No, that's right. It's my garage, but I still like the BattleBot arena idea. So
I really love the idea of
Yeah.
parking my car in the garage.
Mrs. Texas Toast says she wants to park her car in here. So I don't know what the problem with BattleBots are, but yeah. So anyway.
I want my car cool or something.
Okay, all right, we get it. It's just a fucking joke, all right? What's the matter? You know
This is my fucking job here.
what to have no one hear you?
To give you shit.
Yeah, well, you're doing a good job, and so all you're really doing though is you're basically making me sit here saying nothing while you yell, and yeah, so you got to get a mic that works. I don't know what the fucking problem is. Okay, I don't know what the problem is. I'm not an audio. I'm barely a guitar builder, and yeah, now all of a sudden, I got to be like a audio engineer too. So anyway, okay.
Toastbots Battle Royale.
No flip side music. Miss Thing is parking her car in here. And if you think that's going to be something besides that, even if it's funny, you can eat a turd. You're going to smoke a turd in hell for even saying that. Okay, everybody, let's get back. Can we get back to the podcast here where instead of Carrie Ann yelling at each other, although that's fun too. If she was such a push, she'd get back here in front of the camera and then we'd see what's up. I don't think that's going to happen, y'all. Garage can be converted to a hotel for students. No, we have rooms if someone really wants to stay. Yeah, you can stay in the shed. So I'm not going to convert the hotel, the garage into a hotel for students. Thank you, Zombie Killer. We're doing great. Everyone's fucking with me this week. It's like every single thing I do. It's like here's me saying this, and then well, you didn't do that, and then I'm like, well, if you're so smart, you do it. So anyway, everybody in Colorado smokes turds. Come on, Gary Cherry. You're better than that. What kind of saw should I buy for our fret saw? Do you want to use power tools or do you want to use hand tools? As long as you can find a blade that's 23 thousandths, if you don't mind having a hand saw, you can buy one of these Japanese saws that you might see right in. I'm going slow because right these guys here, you can get a 23 thousandths Japanese saw that works great for frets. If you want to go with a power tool, you can get a fret slotting saw. But yeah, get a Japanese saw that's got the right thickness kerf, and you'll be fine. Okay, Local 69. That's right. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Weenie Roller Operators Union shirts that Eric has been helping me with. We have a new, and thank you for that, Eric, because I would have totally spaced that out too, because my teeny tiny brain is being taxed a lot this week. We've got a new design for a new T-shirt, and I will. There's no way for me to show you that right now because, again, I'm an idiot when it comes to this whole, making shit happen on YouTube. But Eric came up with a cool design, and so we'll start taking pre-orders for those. I'll probably put that on the website, and that way, the problem is if you guys want these shirts and I order a buttload of them. Then and then it turns out people don't want them. I'll probably be taking pre-orders for that because shirts are expensive, especially if people don't actually want them when I buy them. Funky Pat, yeah, go to Amazon and just buy a Japanese saw that's got a 23 thousandths kerf, and you'll be solid. What saw do you use to cut bone blanks to size before filing? I just have a little tiny back saw that we just hack down, and then we mostly abrade nut blanks down to size to get them to fit right. So there's very, very little cutting that actually goes on with that. Let's see. How are you going to move the beloved pin writer? It's a heavy beast. It is a heavy beast. It's 600 plus pounds of heavy beast. And fortunately, Sergeant Bishop is going to help us move that. And I think we've got, Mrs. Texas Toast just said, we're going to have to take it apart into at least 3 pieces. So there's the base, which is heavy. There's the table, which can come apart. We can take the motor off and replace the belt while we're doing that. And so it's not going to, all of a sudden these pieces aren't going to suddenly be light, but they're going to be easier to move. So stop plugging, you bit. Texas Toast. We are having an intellectual conversation here. I have no idea what that means, but and by all means, enjoy your intellectual conversation because I'm down with intellectualism. I think it's really cool. Shirts for Patreon peeps. Yeah, John, if you are a Patreon member and you haven't gotten a shirt, send me an email and let me know. Ken, that was awesome that you would buy a shirt for that. So like I say, I'm gonna start taking pre-orders for those. I'll probably get a picture up on the website of what the shirt is gonna look like. And then that way you can know what it's gonna look like and decide if you guys want one. I got a shirt, guys, if you need one. We have a shirt guy too who we really, really like. And it's but so this flip side talking, imagine this is Ike. I think Ike has a neighbor who does shirts. So that's a cool thing. Nicholas Worrell wants San Diego to know that they can fuck of San Diego. I think that's what he means. Yeah. So Harbor Freight has decent Japanese sauce. I don't know what Harbor Freight does and doesn't have, but what I can tell you is that when it comes to cutting really oily woods, ebonies and rosewoods, get a good saw. Yeah, it's really, really tough on the blade. So, and I can also tell you from experience to not cut carbon fiber with those saws. Let's see. We can load the shaper in your truck. No way, man. The shaper actually is going to be one of the easier things to move. It's big and okay. Let's see. We're back. We're back in business. I don't know what's going on with the internet here, guys. We're not on dial-up. We're not on, America Online. We're not using Prodigy. So those jokes are hilarious, but we're not on any of that stuff.
We're still in the post shadow of the Mercury.
That's right. Mrs. Texas Toast wants everyone to know that we are in the post shadow of the Mercury retrograde, which I believe is an organic deodorant. No. Everybody knows what that is. So Coca-Bolo. Let's see. So Eric says we got a clean pick now. Yes, ma'am.
We got Jim Ford said, careful with Coca-Cola, having allergic wood. Yours is rosewood.
Yeah, mine was a rosewood. I can't remember. It might have been Coca-Cola that was marked rosewood. Bolivian rosewood is what it was. It wasn't Coca-Cola, but it's very, very close to Coca-Cola. Man, I got bit really hard by that stuff one time. Everywhere where my shirt wasn't, I got a really, really awful rash. So yeah, I looked like a lizard man for a while. Yeah. It's a good thing I didn't have to go pee when what? Joseph Caswell means the shadow of the moon is converting Uranus and Uranus. Yes. So anyway, Paduke and Purple Heart are they can be bad ones too. If you want to be safe, work with maple and walnut only. That's what I do. So hey guys, Pal Pharaoh is another one of those. All those oily woods, they're sensitizers too. So if you work with them for a while and nothing happens, and then you work with them one time, it's like, man, it's like poison ivy basically. So, Nicholas, we are not in the background. Oh, I thought. You know what? Here's me reading this, and I thought you meant, am I in the backyard? But I'm actually not. So I don't know. I'm a swing and a miss. It's hard to do this with no microphone for Mrs. Texas Toast and no Chris because it's just me having to vamp. I usually don't have trouble vamping, but I've been really busy lately and I couldn't sleep last night. I got up at 4:30 in the morning and there's just so much going on. I think in the next couple of weeks, everything's going to kind of get, I'm not going to say get back to normal because it certainly won't. It's going to get nuts because, we have this great big new shop. But anyway, let's see. I don't watch sports ball. No. Let's see. Steve says that he'll be visiting Colorado from Virginia in mid-September. If I buy beer and hang out, check out the shop. You probably asked Steve. You're absolutely welcome to come over, Steve-O, especially if you bring beer.
I think I'm the old hag in the background.
You're the old. Who says that you're an old hag?
I'm assuming Nicholas Worrell.
Anyone who's calling my wife an old hag, you really should keep it classy. You're better than that. Don't do that. That's dumb. Classy with a K. Yeah. Now he says he's talking about the old hag. I don't know what that means, guys. So let's see. You may be doing classes. Is that music classes or so Ken? Those are going to be building classes. So the very first class that we have is a maintenance and setup class, and we're going to be working with our friends at Bitterroot to give you guys a toolkit as part of the course. So it's going to be a day-long class. We're going to cover everything from just like little maintenance stuff and setup stuff, but like it'll be intonation, truss rod, fretboard radius, frets, leveling and dressing, and just little stuff like that make that are going to make your guitar play and sound great, and stuff that you guys can do, especially if you've got a little bit of firsthand knowledge and working around some of that stuff, and a toolkit that will be part of the class. So actually, that class is listed on the website. There's a new section called classes, and that's one of them. Watch PBS, put you right to sleep. You know what I was watching at 4:30 this morning was Science Channel How It's Made marathon, and that absolutely puts Mrs. Texas Toast to sleep. But for some reason, I'm fascinated by, how they make tea and Uber tea. Yeah, and Uber lever action Winchester Model 73 knockoff. So, any plans for a make and take in 2 to 3 weeks? Yes, as a matter of fact, there are plans. That's right. The classes are going to progress from easy to more difficult. But I do have, it's a 5-day class that is not scheduled right now, but I'm working on it. And you'll do everything from shape your own neck, radius your own fretboards, press in your frets, cut out your body, do that kind of stuff. And it's going to be very demanding. It's going to be very intense, but I guarantee you're going to be exhausted after every day and looking forward to the next day. And that's going to be a 5-day class. So just like going to Gunsight. Any plans for longer courses, weekend or full week? So let's get back to that. One of the things that we're going to do is, like I was just saying, we're going to have a week-long class, and then I'm going to also break that up into like 4 or 5 segments. So if you can't, schedule a whole week to be off and taking a class, you can do, you can do like neck work in a couple of different segments and body work in a couple of different segments, and then assembly in one. One thing that will not be happening at the initial class is finish work. With the exception of oil finishes, which we're going to cover. The whole idea is that we're just going to get you guys started with building, and then finish will be a different class. So, so that's what that's going to be like. Let's see. Wondering if you have kits available. If so, price range. Kits are something that we do, but not in the way that you might be thinking. So usually when people say they want a kit from me, what they're really talking about is not like, I want a Strat kit. What they're really talking about is, I want to put my own, I don't know, let's say Flying V together. And I want you to do all the woodwork, and I want you to bind it, and I want you to do the fret work, but I'm going to paint it. I'm going to have my buddy paint it or something like that. And then I want to put it together. Or if you want me to do the woodwork and fret work and do the finish work, and then you do the assembly, we do that kind of stuff. And that's what we do in kit form. And it's kind of different for every single, each different thing has its own different price range. So sound good? Let me know, send me an email, and I will get back to you on that, David. Golf is my melatonin. What is melatonin, Miss Thing?
Melatonin.
Does that make you sleep or make you tan?
Well, in the Legally Blonde, she
Yes.
took the melatonin, and then she had this rosy skin.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, she was pretty. Remember?
Yeah. Okay, so I don't. Golf is one of those things where, I am not a golfer. I don't see the golf. Yes, ma'am.
So
Ken Tipton.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ken.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know it's the whole Kevin thing is
Said, don't ever do kits.
So
And you're putting your name on something you have no idea of.
Yeah, that's the thing. I do not put my name on kits, but I'm very happy to ghost build stuff for people, and we do it all the time. How about classes for specific parts? Like, I just want to learn necks better. Absolutely. So, Eric, one of the things that I was talking a little bit about, and maybe I wasn't exactly clear, was the first one of the classes that we're going to have is a week-long block, and we're going to do everything from lumber to complete guitar in 5 days, and it's going to be really fast, and it's going to be really demanding. But I also want to break that class up into like 4 or 5 segments. So if you just want to take the neck portion, you'll be able to do that too. Make sense? Yes, ma'am.
The reason that they're not happening yet.
The reason that
is
they're not
because
happening that is
the shop is being set up.
That's
but
right.
We're working on legal disclaimers.
Yeah, that's right. So
liability.
so one of the reasons that these classes aren't actually happening right this second is, of course, the shop's still getting set up. We're still going through legal and insurance stuff. It's all going to work out great, but give me a couple months on some of this stuff, guys. In the meantime, we're going to have classes and lectures there. So if you're in Colorado and you want to come out and hang out with us, there's always going to be stuff like that. And like I was saying, Texas Toast Days, September 13th, Friday. That's right. The kickoff party is Friday the 13th of September. So kits are risky business. Lots of picky people that will tear you up over the smallest thing. Yeah, that's true. Not for the money I charge. Because we're not selling $99 Strat kits. You know what I mean? These are big boy guitar kits, and they're not really kits. You get to do some of the work. So whatever.
Ron Bell says never do kits unless it's warm off, and I want to know why.
Never do kits unless it's warm off. Yeah, so warm off actually makes great stuff, especially if you want a Fender. If you want a Strat or a P-Bass or a Telecaster, they're all licensed parts. If you want a 58 Flying V and you want me to set the neck in for you and you want it out of white limba, warm off can't exactly help you. They can come close, but they can't. Yes, ma'am.
Eric Terror says
Eric.
Like to when he comes out.
Yeah.
He'd
Yeah.
like to go to the shooting range. That could be another thing in
We absolutely could.
in contrast.
Yeah.
The limo.
So we could do a trip to the shooting range as part of the culmination of the class. I don't know how many people are gun guys here on this. Guns are one of those topics that I've irritated people with. I'm not going to apologize for stuff that I'm into, and I'm not going to apologize for stuff that I haven't done. But I know that a lot of people do think that that guns are a big problem in the country. I'm not necessarily one of them. So yeah, I'm anyway. Any idea for pricing on the classes? Brad, all the prices are going to be on the website. The first class is $300, which is the same as the Nashville MIT school. Although the difference is our class has tools that you get to walk out the door with when it's all said and done. So it's a little bit of a step up there. Let's see. But September 13th is a Friday. Yes, it is.
It's an auspicious day.
It's an auspicious day.
Pre-Christian.
Pre-Christian. All right. Yeah. Okay, so Sean is a gun guy. Awesome. Doc is a gun guy. Awesome. Ken, I know you're a SIG guy. Be sure to send Kevin an invite to the Texas. Okay, no. So no more Kevin, guys, and Kevin's not invited. That's awesome, man. IPSC was a lot of fun, especially back in the 90s. Ever make an M16 shaped guitar? No, I haven't. There's been a handful of people who've made gun shaped guitars, and they always kind of look kind of hokey. I would rather keep my guns in one section of my life and my guitars in another section. So yeah, people are the problem. Boy, that's absolutely true. Who doesn't love guns? Joseph, I one time I wore a gun shirt on one of the podcasts, and someone, do you remember that Miss thing? There was like a guy who was like, I can't believe you're wearing that shirt. It was that like, you must be this tall to be my everyday carry cartridge. And it was like, had a 357 Magnum, and I don't carry a 357 Magnum. But it was just a funny shirt. I thought it was sort of like, the roller coaster ride thing. You nerdles, those are awesome. Like I said, I was just watching a thing on how it's made about Winchester 73 you nerdles. Born and raised in Texas. Duh. Yep. Let's see. Cerakoting. Hey Carl, if you've been Cerakoting, that's something that I might want to try to get into too, because we're currently building out a great big super cool spray booth, and Cerakoting might be one of those deals that we can do to make some money on that stuff too. So
I think you and Andrew St. Pierre almost share the same brain.
yeah, I think we do too. Yeah, Andrew St. Pierre is so Mrs. Texas Toast just said that Andrew St. Pierre and I share the same brain. I think we do too. He's I've talked to him on the phone a bunch, and he's always been super cool to us here at the shop, and he's a great friend of the shop. So thank you for that, Miss Thing. Kudos for keeping the podcast. It's nuts, man. It's totally nuts. Remington 14. What I don't remember I remember the model 11. What is the 14? Doc, let me know. I've worn a bunch of AK shirts. So one of my good friends is Jim Fuller at Rifle Dynamics, and so if you've seen me in an AK shirt, it's very likely that it's one of Jim's shirts. And if you are into AKs, check out Rifle Dynamics. Those guys are my homeboys, and we're gonna see if we can get Jim to come out to Texas Toast Days too, because he has a couple of sons who live not far from here. So, Sarah, and any reason to visit it, yeah. So Jim is. I'm not gonna say he has lots of free time, because he absolutely doesn't, because he's crazy busy. But we've been trying to work out a thing. I haven't seen Jim since January, so maybe that'll work out.
And that's when he came out here?
No, January was when we went out to see him after the NAMM show. Yeah, he was out here in like last July, I think. Not 2 Julys ago to pick up his double neck. Yeah. Anyway, so maybe we'll get Jim to do a live podcast with us. Yeah. So John, if you're in California, good luck. Yeah, I know that they really they really don't like that stuff there. Ken, if you have a piece that you need Cerakoted, maybe one day we'll start to do that. Printed automotive wrap work for artwork. That would be a cool thing. And we've actually talked with a couple guys about doing that. One class that I think you might be really interested in though, Gary, is we're going to get with Mike Learn and do an airbrush class at the shop. I don't know when it's going to be, and I don't know what it's going to be, but that's something that is definitely in the works. And actually I talked with 2 people about renting a shop before I actually pulled the trigger on the lease. And one of them was Mike Learn, and the other one was Brian Nutter, because I wanted to see if those guys would be interested in coming out and doing some classes with us. So that would be cool. Do you have a fabric covered AK? No, I don't have a fabric covered AK. We are gonna do a shingle for the new shop, like a sign, and it's gonna be fabric covered. It's gonna be totally cool. Cut up from a bunch of, I think we could make this super, super cool, even cooler than we might be thinking. But anyway, so yeah, so when you guys come to Texas Toast Days, you'll see that. Let's see. Oh,
Are you going to walk around during class with a camera and make cheeky comments about the guitar?
we absolutely could walk around with a camera and make cheeky comments. So guys, we're missing. Okay, let's talk a little bit about something else that's happened in the last couple days. We talked about this during the last podcast, and that was, should we monetize? I don't know how I feel about it, but we have since monetized the channel. So it's funny because the day after we monetized, we put that new video up of the copy carver in action, and it has like 5,000 views, which is way more than we normally get for a third video in a series. I'm not going to say that, this is working because we're monetized, because some people say that doesn't work like that, but it sure seems like being monetized channel gets us a little bit more juice. So one of the things that is going to happen, if I know I missed a bunch of questions and stuff, guys, we're probably going to have to do that super chat thing. If you want to get your question posted at the top for $1 or what, I don't know. If you guys want to do it, it's fine. If you don't, I'll answer your questions as free as long as you guys want me to answer them. But anyway, so let's move right along here. Airbrush class would be worth flying out for. You got that right, John, especially when it's with Master. Mike is like, he is, how about this? No one is better than Mike Learn. There are lots of guys who are as good as Mike Learn, but no one's better than Mike Learn. He's absolutely the man. Glad to hear you're back in business. We absolutely are. Let's see. Monetization is good for your bottom line. I sure hope that it's going to be good for the bottom line, guys. I think that we've made like $3 already from being monetized, but I think you have to make more than 100 to actually get paid out. I don't know how it works.
I have a lot of support on monetizing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So Mrs. Texas Toast says we've gotten a lot of good support on monetizing. So. Okay. And you know what, John, you're right. We got to do what we got to do. Anything that keeps the channel going. Thank you, Ken. And I know monetizing was something I didn't want to do, and I said I would never do it, and here I am doing it.
You feeling like a sellout?
I'm feeling like I'm buying in. How about that? Yeah. I'm selling out. Steve-O's dad. So yeah. Let's see. No more cursing if you monetize. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I think what they do if you curse or you get too many hits or something, that they just take the monetizing thing. I don't know. Okay, guys. So there's 56 people watching, and unfortunately, guys, we're coming to the end of the podcast. Chris is still over at the new shop, and I don't know if my electrician is there yet, but we've got a bunch of stuff to do before the night's over, and I'm working on about 4 hours of sleep. So I'm gonna have to go and do that. So let's go ahead and start wrapping this up so that I don't have to end abruptly. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope to we've got a bunch of video of the new shop, excuse me, and a bunch of videos of us. I want everyone to notice too that I'm not like chugging beers during this podcast. I've got a bunch of work to do.
I am.
Yeah, Miss Thing is chugging beers. Where was that? Well, I kickstart my tiny brain again. What was I talking about? We're wrapping it up. So
Your electrician might be there.
yeah. So my buddy Dave DeVoe, who's an electrician, is over there helping us run the 220 circuits. We share a wall with a Zumba class, and they're not having class right now, so it's the only time we can get in there to run a bunch of electric.
Joseph Caswell says,
Monkey's here too. You know who's it's Debbie's birthday today. Hey, Debbie, isn't this great?
"Don't call her Debbie, her name is Shannon."
I know, but I know her name is Shannon, but yeah, she doesn't like being called Debbie. I don't think she watches this podcast.
I hope not.
I don't think so. Yeah. So anyway, guys, so Joseph, that's awesome. And stay tuned. We're going to be, let's talk a little bit more next week about Texas Toast Days. Hopefully we'll have all this bull crap worked out, and, I'll just say bullshit.
Really? I was just going to call you out on that.
Well, I can say bull crap. I can say bull corn.
Bull crap.
I can say whatever I want. I do what I want. It's my hot body.
Foot going up your ass.
Tell Chris, hey, from the audience. Yeah, absolutely, guys. I'm going to go back over there and help Chris and Dave out. Bob, thank you for that. I do need to get some rest, but unfortunately, there is. You know what? Here it is. It's no rest for the weary. Everyone says no rest for the wicked. That's not actually how the thing goes. It's no rest for the weary. And I may or may not be wicked, but I'm definitely weary, and I don't get any rest for a little while. So good thing I put my my deodorant on. I've been using that what's the deodorant that you were telling me about earlier? The moonbeam deodorant.
That was some other chick.
No, it wasn't some other chick. It was you. You were talking. Anyway, I thought, never mind. We need to work on our timing because this could have been funnier. Anyway, so guys, thanks for tuning in to another podcast. We're going to be doing this as just like we always do, but I got to run back to the shop to do some electrical work. And I will tell Chris that you guys all said hey, and we'll see you guys next Sunday at 5:00 Mountain. So I think let's go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. I got a new video coming out this week. I have no idea, but watch for that. Thanks again for tuning in. Have I said that 3 or 4 times yet? Again, it's my teeny tiny brain. I'm out of sleep. So this is Matt at Texas Toast.